Well, hello, my Instacart community. I seem to have shoppers and customers here on my channel, so this is kind of fun. Well, I wanted to show you two of my little add-ons that I got for my shopping experience. These are my business cards, and I staple them to a bag, and I put the bag that's closest to the door when I go to deliver so they can see it. And then I got some clippies with, I've been doing this for a while for the eggs and sometimes berries, but it's so much fun.
Oh my god, I feel like a little girl with school supplies. So, yes, I do.
So, anyway, this particular customer asked, what's a good tipper? And I told her in the comments that it's always amazing to me that when I get a tip, a cash tip, it usually happens this way. I get there, the person meets me at the door. There's either an envelope or they've got something in their hand because they like, a lot of the older folks like the groceries put in through the door uh, threshold so they can just like kind of close the door and put the things away, but they're not lifting it. And also, if the outside is wet or dewy, they avoid that because it's a paper bag country down here. They will hand me a cash tip and they will say, I already gave you something in the app, but I wanted you to have a little more. It's just, it's just without, it's just how it happens. And so that's always sweet. And in my area, tippers, as I did say that I had those three $20 tips in a row, which was like astounding. I think it was God's way of saying, yep, Sarah, you can do Instacart one more day. So anyway, what is a good tip? Well, a good tip is always the cash. The $20 bill is spectacular. And, so many tips are like between $2 and $5 usually. They really have to go out of their way to do the zero because you have to go in and change it from two or something like that to the zero. So, yeah. And sadly, a lot of people feel that they pay Instacart so much that we should go without. They don't understand the part of the service. And as Jen says an awful lot, thank you, Jen, that, if you can't afford the service, then you shouldn't be doing it and then shortchange your your shopper just because, you still want the service. Or to do it the way that mine seem to like to do it is they say the most expensive meat item or produce item or seafood item is damaged or missing. And then they get reimbursed by Instacart. So that's how they save on their tips and fees. Mhm. Wicked Joe's Italian. Love it. Strong espresso strength. Can't beat it. So, yeah, 2 days ago I had a bouquet of flowers. It wasn't from that mysterious man in Instacart named Felix, who seems to handle, that it goes under that pseudonym. This was for a person that wanted a spring bouquet and some ice cream to go with it. And it was the SO brand, the cashew milk ice cream. And it was a certain flavor and it was out. And I had the florist redo the bouquet with ferns and some baby's breath. And then he wrapped it in that brown wrapper that they use with the straw. It was so beautiful. I mean, how could somebody not have a good day receiving that as a gift or a surprise for some celebration? It was spring flowers, the Gerber daisies that are those bright neon colors. It was so pretty. So that was a fun thing to do with Instacart, just thinking of making somebody's um, day happy. And so it's things like that are a lot of fun, and I enjoy them. Um, Instacart's been painfully slow down here. They must have hired a whole new batch to handle maybe the summer influx. And I actually literally I was ready at 6:30 because sometimes they come super early. And so at 6:30 I'll warm up the car because it's still frigid here. It's 26 with the wind chill, and head out and get gas and sometimes vacuum my car and do all those things I can do at 6:30 in the morning. It took until 9:20 for my first order. So it was a long day. And then we have major construction going here. So it's done before the summer people get here. And it took 45 minutes to drive a half a mile again. There's so many feeds of so many side streets because of the detours that lead into this little strip. Oh, so anyway, I only did 2 trips yesterday. So it feels like it's going to, well, I haven't even come close to my nut yet, but that's okay. Um, it is what it is.
I mean, I look at, I have my rubber bands and I have my cards.
So just little things that I can add. I also added um, Instacart dude Gary was talking about this top of the line freezer bag, and he said, you don't order a few at a time because they're like $50. I think it was on sale for like 36 at that moment. But I ordered some, and they're probably about this big, like 15 inches by 8 or 9 inches, thin, cooler ice thingies. So I ordered 2 of those. They're like $27 on Amazon, and usually 36, and so they were like 9 or 10 less. And so I'll freeze them, and then they'll sit like this, side by side at the bottom of the cooler. So I'm ready for those warmer days with people getting ice cream and the like, because that's what happens in the summer or even in the spring. When it's too warm to just put the bags in the back where the trunk has had that heating up effect while I've been in shopping, right? The opposite of today. So I'm in a good space, and I'm not making the money, but I'm certainly making friends, and I love that there's some customers here that are watching this for enlightenment. And she was asking, and I think it's customers becoming enlightened to the other side and how Instacart goes, and how even a 4-star rating can set us back in ways that they just have no idea. I mean, waiting for 100 batches to work through to get rid of a low rating, it's torture, as you as a shopper knows, and it's totally, most likely, just it's just the punishment doesn't fit the crime, and yet we pay, right? I do have one removed because of low inventory, which is nice. It's not on us, we're not providing the stores with so when you order 8 of something, that there's 8 there, and forget the other people that might need to come in and get them too. So I think it's just enlightenment for what it's like for us to be out there and do the best we can with the resources that we're given. I'll never forget getting a 3-star because the man didn't like his asparagus. And then I saw Jen wrap and wrap and wrap her asparagus tips. You couldn't even tell they were asparagus by the time she was done with it. And I said, that's for me. So now I do that. I wrap and wrap and wrap, and I got these, and lots of baggies, and those tips are so protected. And it was so funny. It went through the conveyor belt, and the lady, those baggers, they just shove it in, and it's just like I go nuts with asparagus tips and grapes when they put grapes on the bottom, and then they start adding the heavier stuff on top. I just you want to make a shopper insane, crazy, crazy. So, it's just a day in the life. We just do what we do, and you have to be ever vigilant. I mean, that's where the checkout is where all the effort that you put into your shop, especially if you're crazy like me and you take a 3-batch or a 2-batch, and you've done everything you possibly can to make everything, you've got the Shappy, you got these, I've got Post-its saying, which part of the basket I'm putting this stuff. And then you get to the conveyor belt, and, the person that's bagging is just out there just out there chatting with everybody that's walking by and throwing bags on bags. And I'll have two carts to keep the order separate. And they still don't understand that, even though you've used English. Just, those crazy moments. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. I wouldn't know what I'm supposed to do next if this didn't work out. I shouldn't jinx myself like that. But I love this work, and my goal is to be, a 5-star shopper for every single order that I get, no matter what. I just hope that they don't match me up with those people that love committing fraud. It just, it just tears me up that people learn how to take advantage of Instacart company and can get away with it. It's just, I don't know, there's a special place, and karma can't get there fast enough. Anyway, thank you. This has been Sarah with her little tips and tricks of the trade. Having a good day. No complaints. No wah, wah, wah. We're starting off on a good day already. So have a wonderful shop. And if you're a customer, just be aware that most shoppers have a 5-star shop for you in their mind when they begin. And if you can be present while maybe I'll do a video how to be a good customer. If you're present when they're shopping so you can answer replacements, or if not, you've put in, the customer choice replacement, that is very, very helpful. Thank you so much for being here. This has been Sarah, Instacart, Pearls of Wisdom. I'll see you here the next time. Bye-bye for now.